How is it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beared Down Uncut, where we talk everything Bears every day of the week. Should the Bears sign Markus Golden is the question we are going to be answering today in episode number 52 of Uncut. Welcome back to the show, guys. I would like to say we're inching closer and closer towards training camp. If you guys would like to support the channel, do us a favor. Click the red button to subscribe for Bears content every day, and if it's not every day, it's a lot throughout the week. It's a little bit of a tough time right now. Also, click the bell for notifications whenever we post, and like the video if you are returning to the channel. Today, we're here to talk about Markus Golden, obviously a left outside linebacker who is currently a free agent. Welcome back once again. I am your host, Chris Malpe, and today I am joined with my co-host, Parth Shaw. How's it going, Parth?
Chilling.
Just chilling, man.
Just chilling. I got nothing much to say. I mean, I've just been at home all day, so I've just been chilling.
Yeah, so we're here today to talk about a free agent who surprisingly hasn't been signed to this point in Markus Golden. So let's run through a little bit about him, and then we'll talk about his possible fit with the Bears. Markus Golden is a 4-year NFL veteran who spent 2019 with the New York Giants. He has 195 career tackles and 29 career sacks in 4 years in the NFL. He had 10 sacks, 27 quarterback hits, and 13 tackles for a loss in 2019 and is somehow unsigned. I think those stats pop out to anyone. Also, throughout his time with the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals, he has forced 6 career fumbles. He started all 16 games at left outside linebacker in 2019 and could be a very valuable rotational piece in Chicago and would definitely have some opportunities to play behind Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack. And also, he could help out a linebacker. It was recently reported that there is no interest in Golden in the free agent market, and he is currently placed on an unrestricted free agent tender by the New York Giants. And just to break that one down for a little bit for you guys, that means if he goes unsigned by July 22nd, he will return to New York for the 2020 season. But if he is signed, the team that he signs with has to give the Giants a little bit of money. So Parth, obviously, we talked about his stats. There's not much to talk about with Markus Golden. He was definitely able to produce in the 2019 season, and for some reason is unsigned, and I'm not really too sure why. But 10 sacks, 27 quarterback hits, and 13 tackles for a loss in 2019. You think the Bears should bring that type of a player to Chicago, even if he's a rotational piece?
Easily. I mean, a guy who can get anything more than 5 sacks in the league, in my opinion, is just a great linebacker in general. To get 10 sacks is a great achievement, and it's not the only time he's done it. He had 12.5 sacks in 2016 with Arizona. I think bringing him in behind Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn would just help out the defense even more. I mean, if Mack went down, God forbid, we don't want to see that any day, but he'd be a great plug-in player. The Bears currently have, I'd say, we're kind of weak at the depth at the linebacker position compared to last year where we had Nick Kwiatkowski and what's his name?
Yeah, Kevin Pierre-Louis.
KPL.
Yeah,
Kevin Pierre-Louis. So now this year we're down to like James Waters, Isaiah Irving. We signed Barkevius Mingo out of Houston. I think we also have Devontae Bond, who was a preseason stud last year with Isaiah Irving. But bringing in a guy who's an established, basically veteran, he's 29 years old, who had 10 sacks last year, he can be a great plug-and-play piece and could match up well with the Bears defense.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sports New York last week reported that there's no indication that any other team is interested in signing Golden for more than the money that he's set to earn with the New York Giants this year. If he does play in 2020 in New York, he will earn a 1-year, $4.1 million contract, which isn't that bad. I mean, the Bears are a little bit short on money. Obviously brought in Nick Foles. A lot of people right now saying, oh, you could have gotten Cam Newton for cheaper, but not many people know the breakdown of Nick Foles' contract. But that being said, Golden is going to be 29 years old. He hit 10 sacks in 2019, the second best mark of his career, as Parth mentioned earlier. And it was his first time starting all 16 games for the first time in his career. The health is not an issue. He's clearly proven that he can produce. He's a second-round choice for the Cardinals in 2015. He's got 29 sacks throughout his career and 6 forced fumbles in 5 seasons. I think the Bears should bring him in, honestly. You know, when you look at the 2018 team, and we've talked about it a lot this offseason, we've compared the defense of the 2018 team to that of the 2020 team a lot. And when you look at the 2018 defense, the one thing you have to think is depth. players went down. We talked about this recently in the D-tackle positional review, and there were very good pieces there that were able to back up and come in and be able to produce. And I'm not saying that if Khalil Mack went down that whoever is next wouldn't be able to produce, but Markus Golden has definitely proven that he can produce. 10 sacks in 2019. I've mentioned it multiple times now. He is ready to play, and he can do it on the big level. So I do think that the Bears should bring in Markus Golden. I think it would be awesome. So we've got one more question to go through, a little bit shorter of an episode of Uncut today. Parth, obviously, we've got a havoc that's set, or a defensive line that's set to wreak havoc here in 2020. Robert Quinn, Eddie Goldman, Akeem Hicks, and Khalil Mack is going to be basically unstoppable. But if the Bears did bring in Golden, do you think he would see the field a lot in Chicago? You think he could still be pretty productive coming off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, it all come down to Chuck Pagano and how he could use these players. It's tough when you just got great players all over the defense, and it's tough to get them on the field because you can only have 11 players on the field at a time. So that's something Chuck's got to experiment with, call these pass rushing plays that they call, I mean, last year I think we saw a lot of plays where you'd see our linebackers would pass rush with the defensive line. So it just all come down to Chuck Pagano if he can make it work. And I have full faith in Chuck. It's hard to say to have full faith in Chuck, especially after last year, seeing the defense regress. But I don't think the blame falls all on Chuck Pagano, especially because of injuries and just learning the new system for all these players. So this year could be huge for all these players. And if you can just bring in more depth pieces to make this defense better, I think it could be a better season than 2018 for this Bears defense, which is going to be hard to break, but it'd be awesome to see them break it.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, you look at some of the free agents still available, just looking at the market in general right now, and there's still a ton of good pieces out there other than Markus Golden. You look at Logan Ryan, you look at Kelvin Beachman, offensive tackle, who's turning 30. You look at Jadeveon Clowney. There's still a ton of pieces that are out there, and I didn't even mention guys like Jason Peters yet. There's still a ton of free agents out there, and I think the Bears should pounce on someone just to bring in more depth. That's a great point that you bring up. I think he could see the field a decent bit in Chicago. I think he could still be productive, and I think it's worth biting the bullet on if you're the Bears. And if you're not going to bring him in, I think you bring in an offensive tackle, an offensive lineman. I mentioned Calvin Beacham already, and there's still, just looking at this list of all these free agents still, there's still a ton of good pieces out there that haven't been signed yet. But that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into episode number 52 of Uncut. We discussed Markus Golden today. We both agree that he is a good prospect for the Bears. If you want more content from us, do us a favor, head over to our website, beareddown.com. You can find columns, articles, and blogs all over our site. Today we're putting up an article talking about the best fantasy football possibilities for the Bears in 2020 for some of you guys who do play fantasy football. If you want to find us on Instagram and Twitter, you can follow the podcast for sneak peeks and just a ton of extra content on social media. We try and get as much stuff up there as possible. We ask you guys, for questions about what we should record podcasts about. This Markus Golden video is actually a suggestion by one of you guys on my Instagram. So thank you guys for giving us your support. But you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Beared Down, and you can also find the links to Parth and I's social media pages down in the description. Parth Shah, any plans for the rest of the day? It's been a slow recording week, but it's so hot out right now, dude.
Yeah, I just went outside for like 20 seconds. It's like 95, I feel like. But yeah, I don't know if I'll record another video, but just happy 4th of July, everyone. Hope you guys stay safe, especially during all this coronavirus and stuff. But enjoy the weekend with your family and loved ones. It's definitely one of the better holidays.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a holiday that involves a lot of travel, though, so make sure everyone stays safe. I'm not sure that we're going to be doing much. Parth, is St. Charles / West Chicago, are they doing any fireworks? I don't know if going on.
I have no idea. We usually do our own. It's Illinois, so I don't want to get caught for none of this, but we do our own fireworks in our backyards and stuff. So, yeah, don't arrest me.
You driving up to Indiana to go get some fireworks? Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, me and my buddies have made the drive up to Indiana for the past couple of years to do it, so might have to do it and bring some back to Illinois again, but we'll see. Should be a fun 4th of July, though. Parth said it. Everyone be sure to stay safe during this entire time. It's going to be a hectic weekend no matter where you are. But that being said, do us a favor, Bears fans. Stay safe. Hopefully this stuff is starting to get better soon. I know the United States is starting to spike again. But do us a favor, wear your masks. Continue to try and socially distance yourselves from others. And as always, bear down. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.